Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Julia, your co-host. We're excited because today's topic is very useful for all English learners. We are going to talk about how to describe your day in English.
That's right. Many learners know words in English, but they sometimes don't know how to connect them to explain their daily life. Talking about your day is one of the best ways to practice English because it's simple, natural, and you can use it every day.
Exactly. If you can talk about your daily routine, you can start conversations with new people, practice speaking with friends, or even keep a diary in English. It's also a great way to learn common verbs and sentences.
In this episode, we'll guide you step by step. We'll cover the morning, daytime, afternoon, evening, and even night routines. We'll also share useful words, easy sentences, and some practice challenges for you.
And don't worry if you're a beginner. We'll keep it simple and easy to follow. By the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident talking about your day in English.
So, let's get started and begin with the morning routine, the first part of the day. All right, let's start with the morning routine. Morning is the beginning of the day, so it's the first thing we can talk about when describing our daily life.
Yes, let's go over some common actions we do in the morning. For example, wake up, get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, take a shower, have breakfast, get dressed, go to school, or go to work.
Good list. Let's make some simple sentences so our listeners can practice. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I brush my teeth after I wake up. I take a shower in the morning. I have breakfast with my family.
Nice. And remember, when we talk about daily routines, we usually use the present simple tense. That means we often add s for he, she, or it. For example, she wakes up at 6 a.m. He brushes his teeth after breakfast.
Good point. Let's do a quick role play to show how people can talk about their mornings.
Sure. Jason, what time do you wake up?
I wake up at 6:30 a.m. How about you?
I usually wake up at 7 a.m. After that, I brush my teeth and wash my face.
That sounds good. I like to take a shower before breakfast. What do you usually have for breakfast?
I usually have bread and tea. Sometimes I eat eggs. How about you?
I usually have coffee and toast.
See? That's how you can practice a simple conversation about your morning. You don't need long sentences, just keep it clear and easy.
Exactly. And remember, you can change the times and activities to fit your own life. Try making sentences like, I wake up at, I eat for breakfast, I go to, after breakfast.
That's a great exercise for our listeners. If you practice this every day, soon you'll be able to describe your mornings in English without thinking too much.
Now that we've talked about the morning, let's move to the daytime routine, when people usually go to school or work.
Yes? During the day, we often say things like, I go to school, I go to work, I attend class, I study English, I have a meeting, I talk to my classmates or colleagues, I eat lunch at school or at work.
Exactly. And again, we use the present simple tense for daily activities. Let's make some full sentences. For example, I go to work at 9 o'clock. She studies English at school. He has a meeting in the morning.
And here's a tip. To make your sentences better, you can add time words like in the morning, at noon, in the afternoon. For example, I study in the afternoon. I eat lunch at 12 o'clock.
That's great. Let's do a short role play to show how people can talk about their day at school or work.
Okay, Jason, where do you go in the daytime?
I go to work. I usually start work at 9 a.m.
That's early. I go to school. My first class starts at 8:30 a.m.
What do you usually do at school?
I attend English class, study with friends, and sometimes eat lunch in the cafeteria. How about you?
I have meetings with my team, answer emails, and eat lunch at the office.
See, that's a simple way to talk about school or work. You don't need difficult grammar, just short sentences with the verbs we shared.
Right. Listeners, you can practice by making your own sentences. I go to school at. I study. In the morning. I work at.
And you can even ask a friend, "What do you do in the daytime?" Then you both can practice answering in English.
Exactly. That's how real conversation starts. Okay, now let's talk about the afternoon. After school or work in the morning, we usually do different activities in the afternoon.
Yes, some common afternoon activities are eat lunch, take a nap, do homework study, English, go shopping, play, sports, meet friends.
Great list. Let's make some simple sentences. I eat lunch at 1 o'clock. I take a nap in the afternoon. She does her homework after school. They play football in the park.
Nice examples. And notice we often use after or in the afternoon to show time. For example, I study English in the afternoon. After lunch, I go shopping.
That's very useful. Let's do a short role play again.
Okay. Jason, what do you usually do in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I usually eat lunch at 1 p.m. After lunch, I sometimes take a short nap.
That sounds relaxing. I usually study or read in the afternoon. Sometimes I meet my friends for tea.
That's nice. Do you ever play sports in the afternoon?
Yes, sometimes I play badminton with my cousin.
Good example. Listeners, did you hear how Julia used sometimes? You can also use words like always, usually, sometimes, never to describe your routine.
Exactly. For example, I always eat lunch at school. I usually go shopping on Fridays. I sometimes take a nap. I never play football.
Perfect. These words make your sentences more interesting and natural. Now let's talk about the evening. Evening is the time after the afternoon, usually around 6 p.m. until bedtime.
Yes, in the evening, people often relax after school or work. Some common evening activities are eat dinner, spend time with family, watch TV, listen to music, do homework, exercise, go for a walk, study, English.
Great list. Let's make some example sentences for our listeners. I eat dinner at 7 o'clock. We watch TV after dinner. She listens to music in the evening. They go for a walk in the park.
Nice. Let's show a short role-play conversation to make it more real.
Okay. Julia, what do you usually do in the evening?
In the evening, I usually eat dinner with my family. After dinner, I watch TV or read a book. What about you, Jason?
I usually go for a walk after dinner. Sometimes I exercise or listen to music.
That's good. Do you ever work in the evening?
Yes, sometimes I check my emails or prepare for the next day.
See, that's a simple way to talk about evening routines. You can use short, easy sentences and connect them with words like after or then.
Exactly. For example, I eat dinner. After that, I do my homework. I listen to music. Then I watch TV.
That's a great way to make your English sound natural.
All right, now let's move to the night routine, the last part of the day before we go to sleep.
Yes. At night, people usually prepare for bed. Some common night activities are wash my face, brush my teeth, read a book, check my phone, set an alarm, go to bed, sleep.
Good list. Let's make a few example sentences. I brush my teeth at night. She reads a book before bed. They go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Nice. Let's show a quick role play. Jason, what's your night routine?
At night, I usually brush my teeth. Then I read for about 20 minutes. After that, I go to bed around 11 p.m.
That's good. I usually wash my face, check my phone for a little while, and then sleep at 10:30 p.m.
Perfect example. Listeners, notice we use words like before and after to connect ideas. For example, I read a book before bed. I brush my teeth after dinner.
Yes, and here's one more tip. Many learners forget to use the S for he, she, or it. For example, he sleeps at 11, not he sleep. She brushes her teeth before bed.
That's a very common mistake, but now you know how to say it correctly. So far, we've learned how to talk about different parts of the day: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. But to sound more natural, we need to connect our sentences.
Yes, we can use simple time words like first, then after that, before finally.
Exactly. Let's give some examples. First, I wake up at 7 a.m. Then, I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. Finally, I go to school.
That's a great flow. These words make your English sound like a story instead of just short sentences.
Let's do a role play to show how it works. Julia, tell me about your morning using time words.
Sure. First, I wake up at 7 o'clock. Then I wash my face and brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast. Finally, I go to school.
Perfect example. Listeners, did you hear how Julia connected each action? It's simple, but it makes her routine clear and easy to follow.
Yes, and you can practice too. Just take your own daily routine and add these words. First, then after that, finally.
That's your challenge. Try to make your sentences flow like a story. Okay, before we move on, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when describing their day in English.
Yes, mistake number 1, forgetting the S in the present simple tense for he, she, it. For example, learners often say he wake up at 7 instead of he wakes up at 7.
That's a very common one. Mistake number 2, mixing past tense and present tense. Remember, when you talk about your daily routine, use present simple. Say, I go to work every day, not I went to work every day.
Good point. Mistake number 3, using very long, complicated sentences. Daily routine is simple. You don't need big grammar. Short, clear sentences are better. I wake up at 7. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I eat breakfast.
Yes, keep it simple. That's how you'll sound more natural.
So, remember, add the S when needed, use present tense, and keep your sentences short and clear.
All right, listeners, now it's your turn. We've shown you how to talk about your day in English. Let's do a quick practice challenge together.
Yes, we'll give you some questions and you can answer out loud. Don't be shy. Speaking practice is the best way to improve. Ready? Here we go.
Question 1. What time do you wake up? Good. Try to answer with a full sentence. I wake up at.
Question 2. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Great job. Example. I eat bread and eggs for breakfast.
Question 3. What do you do in the afternoon? Remember to use simple verbs. I study. I meet friends. I take a nap.
Question 4. What do you do in the evening? For example, I eat dinner. I watch TV. I spend time with family.
And the last question, what time do you go to bed? Example, I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Very nice. You see, if you practice these answers every day, soon you'll be able to describe your whole day in English without thinking too much.
That's right. You can even record yourself speaking and listen again. It's a great way to check your progress. Wow, that was a full day. We've learned how to talk about your morning, daytime, afternoon, evening, and night routines in English.
Yes, and we also practiced using time words, connecting sentences, and avoided common mistakes. Remember, the key is to practice every day.
Exactly! Try describing your own day out loud, or even write it down in English. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
And don't forget to use short sentences. Connect them with words like first, then, after that, and finally, and always check your grammar.
Thank you so much for listening to the English Learning Podcast today. We hope you enjoyed this episode and found it useful.
Yes, keep practicing, have fun with your English, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep learning and keep speaking English every day.